Okay, hopefully this works. Hopefully everyone can hear me now. I think they can. And we will get on with this video without the help of AI.
Okay, hopefully this works.
Yes, we're on. Week 6. Let's get it. What I've seen early, and this is how I like to start. This would be mainly cash games. We're talking 50-50s, head-to-heads, 3-mans, 5-mans, 10-mans. You know the deal. I'd love to build my 3 running backs first. And I think on the slate, what you can do maybe in tournaments is pivot off some of these low-owned. I think there's, or cheap. I think there's going to be a lot of cheap running backs, and they're really easily obtainable due to game flow. Okay? If you take out your sheet, I'd like to see everybody use these sheets. These are the game scores, implied scores, and favorites and all that. That's what I go off. So there's some big time favorites in here that I think are going to really work when building cash games. And here's where I'm going to start. It's pretty the no-brainer. How bad Carolina is against the run, and Mostert is a really good place to start. That's a pretty solid floor sharing the backfield. But you want to try to get touchdowns. You know, that's what I kind of go for, because a 60, a 50-yard rushing game with a touchdown and a few catches makes that a 12, 13-point game. Whereas a guy with maybe 80 to 100 yards, but you're not sure if he's going to score a touchdown because they throw a lot in the red zone, maybe Mostert's a better play. I think he's a great play, but I also think it's pretty, for me, I feel pretty easily clicking these 3 guys. Him at home, they're bad against the run. He's going to get a lot of carries. They're a home favorite of 6 or 7 points. And this guy at 7,100. Now, you can make the case for certainly Christian McCaffrey in his 28, and he scored in how many games in a row? There's no doubt. There's no doubt that this is a play that is solid floor, ceiling, and everything, but 9,500. Look at his kind of usage. This is what you want. 20 plus carries, home favorite. I love these 3 right off the bat, but I don't mind. Let's see if we can build a lineup with McCaffrey. If we go with McCaffrey in these 3, and we pay down on defense, let's say we go Tampa Bay. That's not a bad pay down at all against Detroit, prone for interceptions. Logan Thomas I like this week with a lot of targets that he got. Look at last week. 11 targets, 8 here. We could pay down at receiver easily with Osborne. Going to be in the X spot replacing Jefferson. You could pay down a quarterback as well if you wanted to go here. I don't love that. And a Marquise Brown gives you 7,100. And I want somebody that's going to get me, a lot of targets. This isn't a bad play either. And we can pay up on defense a little bit. Or maybe not. And maybe even pay up more quarterback. Or not. Or stick with Minshew. So I don't love a lot of this. If you stick with Thomas. Maybe we come off of Osborne. Michael Thomas is a pretty, look at his usage. So there's ways you can go. I think that if you pay up for McCaffrey, you're not going to pay up for quarterback. The matchup isn't great, but it's Christian McCaffrey. I think I might prefer this build. And there are a lot of other running backs here. Kamara's a good play. Walker's a good play. This is a sneaky play. So is Moss. Even Jacobs at home against the Patriots, so they've really struggled. Do you think he could score? His usage is really good. That's a good GPP play. But I think if you go here, I like something like this. And even Thielen. These are all target monsters. And if you were to go with the Bucks at home, and that leaves you 8,600. You could pay up all the way up for Jalen Hurts against the Jets. That's not a bad cash game lineup. I usually don't like to pay up for quarterbacks, but come on. I mean, look at this. The floor is insane. So that's kind of, I've been toying around, and I kind of like this. I know I don't have any Vikings or Bears. Oh, I do have a Viking. I don't have a Bear in that contest. And the reason I say that is because of how bad they've been against the pass. And this is a really good, player to have. And we'll see. Maybe I change this up a little bit. To get more in there. I could come off Hurts. That's why paying down at running back, at quarterback can help. I mean, if you put Minshew in, this opens up a lot. Something like that. That's not a bad cash game lineup either. So we'll see. So there's a lot of options there. When you build, I think FanDuel, the quarterback pricing is a little tighter. Don't be alarmed by my balance. I withdrew $300. This is the main slate. Let's see. It's different because its course is half PPR. And if we were to go with a build of Mostert, you see it's a more expensive. Williams, ETN. Let's see where the Bucks defense is. I'm surprised where they're at. They're coming off a bye, and they're at home. I think this is a really good spot for them. Could probably almost, it looks like you could almost build the same kind of team. Thielen's a lot. Wow. And let's see if we go Jalen Hurts. Yeah, that gives us, you can't really pay up. Boy, Thielen's priced up a bit. Brown is too. There's certain options too. That's not a bad cash game lineup right there. Burrow, Mostert, Williams, Osborne, Brown. So play around, see what you think. Let me know.